A remarkable journey began 20 years ago, one that has transcended every expectation and transformed the nation's oldest technological university into one of the world's premier higher education and research powerhouses, an institutional force aimed at addressing the great global challenges of the 21st century. At the lead in this journey stands an equally remarkable woman, a trailblazer who has already in her early life faced obstacles and transcended them. What is more, President Shirley Ann Jackson took along others in this effort to overcome long-standing societal and institutional barriers, a personal trait that she was to bring to all her endeavors. When Dr. Jackson arrived at Rensselaer in 1999, she brought with her not just a resume of accomplishments, but one of firsts. The first African-American woman to receive a doctorate from MIT in any field. The first woman and first African-American to head the U.S. Nuclear Regulatory Commission, the first chair of the International Nuclear Regulatory Association, which she spearheaded to promote nuclear safety around the world. And when she accepted the charge and the challenge of serving as the 18th president of Rensselaer, another historic first occurred. She became the first African-American woman to lead a top-ranked national research university. Along with these precedents, Dr. Jackson brought with her a suite of intrinsic strengths. As a strong and innovative scientist across disciplines, an astute and transformative public policy leader, and a keen advisor. President Shirley Ann Jackson brought this resolute and pioneering spirit of hers to Rensselaer at the exact time the Institute needed it most. In 1999, the Institute had seen 5 presidents in just 13 years. Its board of trustees recognized that the university needed to take bold measures to revive and grow. President Jackson has done nothing short of transforming Rensselaer from a reputable and rigorous technical institute into a comprehensive research university devoted to global challenges. Clearly, the challenges for this historic institute at the cusp of the 21st century were great. But Dr. Jackson came to Rensselaer because of this. She understood that many of the nation's top technological universities, including her own MIT, had been modeled after Rensselaer, and she wanted this to be true again. So President Jackson did what she encourages others to do: step out and take a risk. She began with Rensselaer's founding motto, knowledge and thoroughness. In other words, she began with a plan, the first such strategic endeavor in 25 years for the Institute. Ambitious and integrated, achievements in the first years under the Rensselaer Plan 2000 were formidable. Enrollment and selectivity rose, including the implementation of a new first-year experience. Alumni giving began setting records, and in 2001, an unrestricted gift of $360 million became the largest gift ever at that time to any public or private university in the United States. In 2004, Rensselaer was named America's most connected campus by the Princeton Review, and the improvements to the quality of student life on campus just kept amassing. National rankings improved as a result, but President Jackson's vision aimed higher. To elevate Rensselaer from an institution centered on undergraduate education with selected research strengths to a full research university with global reach and global impact would require more. We must go further, she said, if we are to provide an environment that gives meaning to Amos Eaton's vision of hands-on education. To accomplish this, the Rensselaer Plan set a goal of increasing research funding dramatically, from $40 million to $100 million per year, and tripling the number of doctorates awarded annually. At the dawn of the new millennium, Rensselaer staked a claim for research leadership in a new arena, biotechnology, along with bolstering existing programs of critical interest to the day. To amass the brainpower crucial for the creation of these new programs, world-class faculty were recruited to form research constellations. And shortly after, these collaborating masses of research luminaries would have cutting-edge facilities. In 2002, the campus broke ground on the Center for Biotechnology and Interdisciplinary Studies, the first major new building project since 1986. It was a landmark year. Over the next decade, the campus witnessed more than $700 million in capital improvements. and new degree programs were added across disciplines. To be sure, bridging divergent views to gain new insights is a hallmark of President Jackson's leadership. In 2003, she held the first of what was to become an annual President's Commencement Colloquy, in which she brings together diverse minds such as an astronaut and Pulitzer Prize-winning columnist, a Supreme Court justice and Nobel laureate physicist, leaders of the world's largest institutions, and a legendary musician. It was just this eagerness to address the hard problems facing the world through the use of wide-ranging collaborations that brought about Dr. Jackson's vision of the new Polytechnic. This vision would serve to redefine the Institute, aiming to break the paradigms that can often constrain the application of ideas to new arenas. Perhaps the most visible articulation that would come to shape the new Polytechnic took place at the unveiling of MPAC in 2008. A beautiful marriage of arts, science, and technology, the Curtis R. Priam Experimental Media and Performing Arts Center is the embodiment of President Jackson's new paradigm for cross-disciplinary research and education. This same year, the $1.4 billion Renaissance at Rensselaer campaign goal was surpassed, 9 months in advance of its target end date. The following year, President Jackson herself was appointed to serve the nation on a team of leading scientists as an advisor to the executive office of the U.S. President. Her myriad of national and international collaborations multiplied into the 2010s, as did her insight into the national and global issues in which Rensselaer would now play a role: advanced manufacturing, cybersecurity, and digital technology. As President Jackson was extending her stature as a world figure, so was Rensselaer. By the time the Rensselaer Plan 2024 took shape, the Institute could proudly own its bold proclamation: why not change the world? The new plan, forged by President Jackson's leadership, set out to merge the arts and sciences even further, with initiatives such as ArtX, which helps students reach across academic divisions to spur new ways to think and discover. Its focus on students led to the launch just this year of The Arch, designed to upend old teaching and learning modalities to spark new opportunities and ideas for students at critical junctures in their college experience. To address challenges in a rapidly changing world, the 2024 plan identifies 2 new research umbrellas. The first devotes attention to today's massive digital interconnectivity and how it can enable new means of discovery. The second attends to our natural resources, public health, and the built environment to help ensure a sustainable future. The plan also calls to expand Rensselaer's cross-sectoral research partnerships, both small and large. In all, the blueprint pointing to Rensselaer's bicentennial is even bolder than the first, defining more than 100 far-reaching aspirations. The results are in, and they are impressive. In 2018, Rensselaer received a record number of applications, 20,337, a quadrupling during Dr. Jackson's tenure as president. 24 new degree programs offered, 384 new tenured and tenure-track faculty hired, a tripling of research expenditures with 5 signature thrusts, a decreased faculty-to-student ratio, and this just in. The class of 2023 is the strongest academically and most diverse class in Rensselaer history. And in a singularly important achievement reached last year, the university's endowment is now higher than its debt. This milestone comes on the heels of a $1 billion capital campaign that aims to seize on challenges and opportunities well into the 21st century. President Shirley Ann Jackson is leaving a mark far greater than herself along her journey that began 20 years ago.
I make this pledge to you here today, that if we all work together, we will reach our goal to be among the preeminent technological research universities, without question, without exception.
True to her pledge, we will became we are.